Morning students of the class 12th. Today we are going to study or read the most important chapter of the Flamingo book, Lost Spring. Lost Spring, the title Lost Spring, written by Anish Chand. The title of the chapter is a metaphor used for the childhood, loss of the childhood of the millions of the child workers in India. Spring is a symbolic of joy, happiness, beauty and hope. It means the childhood of the children can be called a spring. Means they have lost their childhood. Dear students, just before starting the story, I would like to explain that this lost spring has been divided into two parts. The author has described the grinding poverty, the dismal position, the hopelessness position of the rag pickers in Simapuri, New Delhi, and bangle makers in Firozabad. The first part of the story is rag pickers who are living in Simapuri. There are some points, the certain points about the rag pickers. Rag pickers कौन होते हैं? जो कूड़ा करकट बीनने वाले होते, उनका सोर्स ऑफ लिविंग रैग पिकिंग है. दिल्ली के आउटर एरिया में बसे हुए हैं, सीमापुरी इलाके में. Their life is full of sadness. They are highly poor. They are suffering from the poverty. They don't have any hope for the joys and happiness in the life. The poor children and the family members of the rag pickers are not educated. They are illiterate. There no mean of education, no drainage systems, no sewerage system, no sewage system, no civic facilities, and their houses are full of leaking roofs. They are living in the mud houses, in the dirtiness area. They are living in dingy. Dingy means dark and dirty, stinking bad smell. Their houses are giving bad smell. They are living in a slum area, and they keep wandering and walking in the barefooted. Children Sahib. The Sahib is the representative of the whole rag pickers family. The author has described the condition of the Sahib in form of the rag picking group. These rag pickers, they have been migrated from the Bangladesh in 1971. They are squatters. Squatters mean a person who enter in any country without the permission and living in form of refugee. These rag pickers are living as a refugee in Simapuri because they have been migrated from Dhaka, Bangladesh in 1971. And garbage means their survival, the source of living. इनकी रोजी रोटी का एकमात्र साधन है गार्बेज, कूड़ा बीनना. कूड़ा करकट के ढेर पे we can find the children in groups barefooted, walking and searching something, coins and other things. Means the garbage, kooda karkat, is just like a gold to all the rag pickers. They are victims of the political system. They are victim of destiny, mean fate. They are victim of the superstitions, poverty, as well as illiteracy. So these students, these children's, dear students, these children's like laborers, child workers, they have lost their freedom and happiness. So that's why they have lost their spring. The second story about the bangle makers. I want to describe Firozabad is very much famous for the bangle making industry. People since the generations they have been working in the bangle making industries, and they are living in grinding poverty, and the same conditions happens in the Firozabad. The condition of the bangle making families, bangle makers, there is no means of education and there are no facilities of drainage. They are living in the dark rooms, dirty rooms, and stinking, bad smell, narrow streets we can find in the Firozabad. The small children working in front of the high temperature furnaces, bhattiya, they lose their eyesight. Sometimes they meet an accident. Bangle makers, all bangle maker families have lost their ability to dream due to hard labor. The hard labor has made their mind zero. They don't have any capability and capacity to think. They cannot change their fate. They are confined to the work of the bangle makings. And the reason is that, what are the reasons of their problem? Dear students, All Bengal makers are the victims of the greedy people who are doing injustice and who are exploiting them. Who are the peoples? They have increased their problems. The people who have increased their problems are policemen, are money lenders, sahukars, officers, politicians, and middlemen. The ray of the hope. Only Mukesh, who represents the old Bengal making family, he dreams to become a motor mechanic. वो केवल एक मोटर मैकेनिक बनना चाहता है. All the Bengal makers consider and think that they are the victims of their destiny. God has destined their fate to work in the Bengal industry family, and they are destined to born in the family of the Bengal makings. Even the ladies, even the young girls, they are engaged in the work of the Bengal making, weldings, Bengal making, glass blowing industries, and their condition is very dismal, dark and hopeless. The author Anish Jung has described the condition of the rag pickers in the Simapuri and the conditions of the Bengal makers in the Firozabad, who have been living in the grinding poverty, who are suffering from the hopelessness, who are suffering from the numerous problems, from the lack of the facilities, the education, health facilities are out of their reach. Dear students, at last but not least, I would like to explain the theme of the Low Spring. The Low Spring, the theme is very much important. Low Spring is the chapter is like a metaphor of the loss of the childhood, and the springs is symbolic of joy, happiness, hope and goodness. The younger, especially child workers, child laborers, they have lost their spirit of joy, spirit of happiness, spirit of energy, spirit of activities. So this title is justified the low spring. Tomorrow, students, I would discuss about the questions related to the text and their answers in the tomorrow's lecture, and all students are requested to maintain a notebook and write their roll numbers and the feedback whatever you have heard or whatever you have listened the chapter. Thank you, students. Have a good day.